Hey, Moto Academy. I had a question on roll speed. I mean, what does it do? Like, is it really that fast? It's just, I've tried it before, and I really didn't like it, but I guess it keeps the bike more stable, but I don't know if it's really worth it, but I've been told my whole life to charge in my corners as hard as I could, and yeah, it's just something that I should think about, or if it's just something that I should just skip over. Thank you.
Dude, great question.
Yeah. Wait, what did he say?
What was his name?
CJ8.
Shout out CJ8. I like that question a lot. So first of all, a lot of people will use the term roll speed and maybe not know exactly what is being referenced. The alternative to roll speed is what he said. I've been taught to charge into corners as hard as I can my whole life. The problem with that, there's a time and place for that sometimes. The problem with that is that it creates a big time stop and go effect. So you'll charge in super hard, sometimes too deep, most of the time too deep into the corner. You brake, basically end up not coming to a stop, but certainly not carrying the best of momentum. And then it causes also a lot of times a hard acceleration all at once. It's the reason a lot of lines at the local races will just be notch in, notch out, kind of feel like that V where the rut doesn't have a flow. The reason when you go to the pro races and the tracks are forming better at the pro races is because they're utilizing roll speed, especially more modern day technique. Watch Jet. Jet is all roll speed. 100% all roll speed. So focus on that, CJ. It's going to feel slow. That's the thing. That's why when you watch Jet ride, it doesn't look overwhelmingly fast. It looks like he's cruising. It doesn't look like he's exerting much effort. If you were just watching him go around the track all by himself and then just watching Dylan Ferrandis go around the track all by himself, most people would bet money that Ferrandis is going faster, right? Because it's the charge in hard, brake aggressive. It looks faster. Roll speed is getting off of the brakes a little earlier and allowing yourself in some situations either to be in sometimes coasting, but sometimes just very, very little throttle. So maybe 5%, 10%, 15% throttle, enough to just keep the bike light through the first part of the turn. The way you see Jet do it is Jet will sometimes use little bursts of throttle to jump the braking bumps going into the turn. But where he's doing that is the zone that you would be utilizing roll speed, because the alternative would be charging in super hard and right where all those bumps are. The reason they formed in the first place was because that's where everybody's braking as hard as they can. So roll speed is especially important the more rough the track gets, because you have to get creative on how you can flow through and keep momentum. And based on that video, my guess is you're not on big bikes yet, or right? He looked like he'd be on an 85 or a super mini.
Yeah.
Roll speed is even more important because you have to keep the momentum up. If you stuff it too hard into a corner, it's going to take you forever to get that speed back up. That's part of the reason I think that I'm so good on pit bikes a lot of the times, is because I'm the master of just like keeping the bike light and rolling through corners, not charging in, stuffing it in, trying to accelerate all at once. You do that on a pit bike, you're not going to get anywhere, right? So experiment with that. A good drill to practice is no rear brake and no clutch drill. I know like the Star Racing guys, Deegan will do that quite a bit. I'm pretty sure Swanpool has the Star guys do the no rear brake, no clutch drill. That's a good one to try and just keep the roll speed going, not really have so much of a burst of acceleration and a crazy decel. And then you can add aggression to it as you get comfortable. But roll speed is incredibly important. And yeah, just to further define what it is, it's that time after your braking ends, for, let's say for the first 30% of the turn, where you can in some situations essentially coast. Yeah. If you guys have more questions on that topic, by the way, ask them, because that was a good question. And a lot of times we don't reference that or dive deep into that topic as much as we should. But one of the secrets to the way Jet is riding right now is roll speed. And that is that first 30% of the turn. And what it does is it creates so much momentum by the time he gets 50% of the way through and 70% of the way through, that when he exits, he has so much speed. It looks like somebody's like tossing him out of a cannon. At Southwick, you could see it. He like can jump over the rollers as he exits. That's not because he's getting on the gas harder. It's because he carried more roll speed and more speed through the first 20, 30, 40, 50% of the turn. if you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, go download them. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and I think that's it. Go download them there. Give them a listen. If you want to watch full episodes, which I tell you what, it's even better to do that. Go to club.themotoacademy.com because Moto Academy subscribers inside of the app have exclusive access to watch the entire episodes. And not only that, the subscribers actually can send in their questions to be answered on the podcast as well. Club.themotoacademy.com. Go subscribe.